Hey everybody, it is July 13th, Sunday, 3:30 in the afternoon. I can't believe already it's 3:30. The days just fly. And I just recently was watching some retired guys talk about how days go very slow. The years pass fast, but the days go slow, and they're happy just to have one or two things to do. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm telling you. Because basically I only have the weekends to do what I want to do, and it just goes, I blink and the day is gone. So I'm looking forward to the slow days. I think, we'll see in a year. We'll see in a year from now. I should be already 6-7 months into my retirement, or not having to work for a living and making an income. So my wife is at church. She's at her Thai group. I might go surprise her today. They go to the local shopping mall to give witness and to sing, and she approaches people. I already gave the story before how she's approached people and they get really nasty with her sometimes. But some, she's had experiences where people cry and thank her for approaching them and saying God, she'll pray for them, and she does pray for them. She's so adorable. Like I said, for the people who give her a hard time, I'm like, you're a jack off, because my wife is the sweetest person on the planet, and if you get mad at her, man, you got some issues with God, that's for sure. So, so today I don't know why I just did that. Today I gotta pack. I'm going to Chiang Mai tomorrow for a couple days. I've got a workshop with work, and I'm a director, so I need to be on my game, at least kind of, sort of. We're doing strategic planning for next year, and I won't be here, so, but I still need to, I'll give some input, and it's hard to put your heart into it when you know you're leaving, and when you feel the way I do, where like just not very content. I don't want to dwell too much on that, but yeah, today's the start of week 23. Really fantastic, so that means technically week 23, but week 19 if you count all the leave days and stuff, probably even more than that. Maybe even 18 weeks remaining. I'll be going to Laos in a couple weeks. All right, after Chiang Mai, I'll be working from Laos. That'll help burn up the time. But what I wanted to talk about today, I was reading 2 Chronicles 22. It's really messy with all there's a lot of stories in there, many stories. They're short chapters, but all the kings and all the evil that they did is really hard to keep track of. And there were a couple winners, like Jehu, I think, and Jehoram was the son of Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat was a good king, and then Jehoram was a bad king. And then he followed in the ways of Ahab, and then Jehu came later. He was saved by Athaliah. Now, Athaliah was the wicked queen, who was the daughter of Ahab. And then there was Athaliah, who ended up saving one of the children of Jehoram, who ended up being hidden in the temple, and then later was dubbed king, and then got rid of Athaliah and all of her wicked descendants. It's just really messy. I have to read through it again. I might have to get a commentary to understand what's going on, but it's just too many kings, and sometimes they give nicknames for the kings. So Jehoram can be Jehu, and so you really got to be careful. I'm probably botching the whole thing up. But what did I want to talk about today? Oh, so I today's the new cycle of my credit card, and I usually make some purchases that I've been holding off on for a while. I need to get some supplements. One of the things I'm getting, it's natural, and it's hard to, maybe I'm talking to mostly guys out there, but I just don't have the interest and stamina that I had before when I was younger. And I noticed this a couple years ago. I mean, it really started when I was 50. I started losing interest sexually, and I kind of feel bad for my wife in a way because I just, I don't think about it anymore. Plus, I just don't have the drive that I used to have. Even up to 49, I mean, I had too much drive, and just the last couple of years, really, it's noticeable. So I was looking at supplements, natural supplements that I could be taking to help with this, and I saw something called Horny Goat Weed. Horny Goat Weed. So I've been trying to research what might be a good one. They're very expensive, but I might give something a try. It looks like it's natural ingredients. It's maca and some other stuff in it that I've never heard of before. But is there any of you guys out there taking that? Does it help? I'm interested in trying it. This is a raw channel. I talked about crap in my pants already in the middle of the street a couple times already, so it can't get any worse than that. So yeah, any recommendations on some type of natural supplement? But I am taking, it's supposed to increase blood flow and stamina. And then I also ordered some L-Citrulline, and also to relax. I looked this up. Something else that's supposed to help with it is ashwagandha. I used to take ashwagandha before, but it's supposed to help calm your emotions. I took that for about a month now. I don't really notice anything, but I do take it before sleep, and I also take some melatonin for sleep, just because to help calm my nerves before we're gonna go to bed, because just to see it's supposed to be natural. I don't want to take anything that's artificial or synthetic. No way. I don't want to get hooked on anything. So hopefully when I'm done working, I won't need to take these sleeping aids, but I only take them once in a while. And usually if I can't sleep, I end up having to get up and take one anyway if I didn't take it. So they might be helping, and I think I just need that to get through this remaining time at work, because it's so stressful. But yeah, what do you do? What do you take? Is there anything that you take? I do take some, what else do I take? I take cinnamon capsules, turmeric capsules for inflammation, and I do take something for joint pain, glucosamine, I think it's called. It's a higher dosage. It was prescribed by my doctor. He said to try that before you go to knee surgery, and I think it's helped. It's really helped. So those are the things. So I need to get some of that before. Yeah, and so today I'm just going to pack this afternoon, and then probably go for a walk. See if I can find my wife, take some video of them playing at the Silom, at the shopping mall. It's their evening for that. All right, everybody, take care. I don't want to drag this on any longer than it has to be. I tend to blabber too much unless something comes to mind. Oh, that was the other thing I just wanted to say. I just finished. I posted 4 long updates, 30-minute updates from week 24. Way too long. Way too long. I really need to work on keeping that down. I mean, I don't mind having things posted, but I think it's a little too long and too many. I think it's good to be posting frequently. Maybe it will hit an algorithm at one point, and people will be interested. I don't know. Are people going to be interested into my rambling? Who knows? But anyway, I'm putting them up, and I do think I would really love to look back on these in a couple years to see what I was thinking, what I was going through. I do need to be careful about the things I say about work. I don't want to put that out there yet, but I doubt anybody. It's probably 1 in a trillion chances that anybody from work would ever come across any of my videos. I mean, I'm only getting 1 view, and that's from me. So, chances are unlikely. So, maybe that will pick up when I'm back in Laos and have something more interesting to say. All right, everybody, take care. God bless. So it's Sunday, July 13th. Big rain outside. I went to see my wife at the shopping mall, but there, she was on her way back. I guess it rained a little bit and they ended up having to stop because they do it outside in the street. So the witnessing and the music. So we walked home and then I thought, I didn't see any clouds. I didn't see any dark clouds. And they were on the other side of the city. And I just decided to quick go for a walk. And 13 minutes into it, I ran into this. So now I'm kind of stuck. I walk in between when it slows down, but this is pretty heavy, and I'm exactly halfway around the city block. I think it's got to be 18 city blocks, maybe. Is that right? Approximately that. It takes me about 45 minutes to walk, relatively faster than a normal walk. But yeah, this is. I need to get home. I want to see her because I'm leaving for a couple of days, and I'd love to be home when it's raining. Hey everybody, it is July 14th, Monday morning. It's pretty early. It's a little before 7 right now. I am on my way to the airport, Don Mueang Airport, and heading to Chiang Mai for a week of some meetings. I had to wake up at 6. I was planning to wake up at 5:30, but then I didn't sleep very well. I never do the night before I sleep, or the night before I travel. I don't know. It's always been like that, and I end up waking up like at 3, then 4, then 5, and then finally, I usually have some type of nightmare or scare to get me up and out of bed earlier than I anticipated. So yeah, so that was good though. So I was able to read my Bible, 2 Chronicles 23 and 24. I was hoping I would have time to do that before I left, because I just think it's so important for my preparation of my mind and my spirit and my soul. Because we're going to have some meetings over the next couple of days, and they're going to be important meetings. And I need to be in the right mindset. You see that we're moving pretty quickly. We're on the expressway, and it's moving pretty fast. There's traffic, but not that much. So the story today was the chapters I've been reading in Chronicles are complicated, but they're very packed full of stories and messages. This one today is Joash was a surviving child of Jehoram, the previous king, and after Athaliah, the queen or the daughter of Ahab, tried to kill all of the genealogies so she could have reign. Unbeknownst to her, Athaliah, another similar name, she saved Joash as a baby, and he grew up right under Athaliah's, right under her nose. He grew up within the temple, and she didn't know it. And then one day they just they identified Joash as the rightful heir to the crown, and they brought him out, and they went after Athaliah, and then they executed her. Even though she's the one yelling treason, treason, she's the one that actually committed treason, ironically. So anyway, this is the life of Joash, and unfortunately it doesn't end well, because he has a confidant most of his life, Jehoiada, like a priest, because he was young when he became king. So Jehoiada and Joash reigned together, and then when Jehoiada died at 130 years old, they said he lived a long, good life. When Jehoiada, the confidant of Joash, died, Joash drifted. It's a good example of drifting. What can happen? So in Joash's case, his advisor died, and then he didn't seek more counsel or better counsel, and he started drifting and doing idol worship and doing some evil things, and in the end, he kind of lost his blessing. And that's something that can happen in our lives. That's something that's happened in my life multiple times. I've drifted, and I'm not proud of it. I got out. I stopped going to church. I stopped reading the Bible, and I stopped surrounding myself with godly people and godly wisdom. I was listening to music I shouldn't listen to, reading things I shouldn't read, trying to do things on my own, and not seeking God's advice and counsel. And that's something that can happen, and that's unfortunately what happened to Joash, and I heard it, and I think he died a very violent death, a very bad death. Stay in the Word, and so I think that was one of the things that I don't want to lose. I don't want to drift again. I've drifted too many times, and I've regretted it. So I just think you stay in God's blessing when you seek Him constantly and try to surround yourself. Some things I don't have that I wish I had was some more companionship, godly companionship, but I know that's probably partly my fault. I don't do any social events at church. I just don't. It's hard to have the time for that on top of all the stress, but it's probably what I need. But I've been praying for a friend, a godly friend, and someone who can challenge me. God does that to some extent, but I think guys need guy friends and that influence. So she woke up this morning at 6, and I just asked her if she could make me something because I was taking a shower, and she did. She's just such a sweetheart. I adore everything about her. We had a good weekend together, and I always miss her when I leave. But yeah, she made me some eggs before I left, and I feel much better. I was really hungry. So I should probably be at the airport pretty soon. Pray for a good flight, good time with the people. This should be my last workshop, and I'm pretty glad about that. We're talking about strategy in the next 3 years, and it's hard to really have my heart in it. I'll give my input on what I should see coming, but I won't be here to implement it, and I'm pretty happy about that because I just don't. My heart's not in it that much anymore. But I will still give them everything I got until I'm here. So this is the beginning of week 23. Really excited about that. 23 weeks till the end of the year. Approximately 19 weeks until the end of my career. So, all right. Check it out, everybody. God bless. Hey, everybody. I'm through the airport. I ran into some of my colleagues checking in. I actually went to the wrong airline. I was trying to check in Air Asia, and we're actually on Air Nok Air. So I ran into a few of my colleagues, and I'm trying to avoid them. I really don't like traveling with people. I know it's bad, but I really don't like traveling. I really like to travel alone. I've only traveled with my wife like 2 or 3 times, but she's very easy to, I've only traveled well with a few people. We just have the same type of style. But I really hate traveling with people. It's like 5 people standing around. What do you want to do? What do you go here, go here? And you just kind of feel obligated to be with them all the time and constantly talking. And I don't like to talk. I just like to be by myself and move around like the way I want to move around. So yeah, I'm here in the terminal pretty early, but it's not a lot of people here this time. I don't see any of them. I'm just gonna go get a coffee and sit in the corner, and hopefully nobody will notice me. None of my colleagues will notice me until the last minute. So here's a funny story. So I just got some Lao. I'm avoiding my colleagues. They're sitting over there. I just want to stand alone. I just call my wife, just say everything's okay. I got this coffee here, Dow coffee. It's not very good. Small cup like this, 85 baht. And I had to pay cash. They don't take credit card for less than 100 baht, which is about almost $2.90. So this 85 baht coffee cost about 250. It's really expensive. But funny story, I went to the wrong airline counter and they're looking up my name, they're looking at my passport. They said, can you look at your ticket? Because normally we fly Air Asia to Chiang Mai or to the border. And I saw the ticket a couple weeks ago. I just didn't look at it again. I just remembered the time I had to check in. And she's looking around, then I had to look for my ticket on the group. It was a group ticket. And then I found the ticket and gave it to her, and she's like, oh, this is Nok Air. No, I'm sorry, I'm flying Nok Air, not Air Asia. Yeah, so I had to go to the other counter. Kind of funny story. So we're just about ready to take off. Well, we are taking off. Fortunately, I'm not sitting next to any of my colleagues, just so I don't need to talk. I can just watch the downloads on the YouTube videos I have for some finance updates for the week. But I haven't flown Nok Air in a while. This whole plane is advertisements. The whole airport is advertisements, but I never saw a plane full of advertisements as Nok Air. But Nok Air is one of the cheaper airlines in Thailand. So hopefully we have a safe trip. Pray to God that we have a safe trip. This reminds me of the Indian airline that just went down a couple of weeks ago. 45 minutes after takeoff. We're already at 1 minute, so looks like it should be fine. So we just got to the hotel. It's really pretty good. Nice hotel, much better room than I expected. I think my wife would have really appreciated hanging out here for a couple of days. So now because the last time we went on a workshop, the hotel was just not interesting, and the room was boring, and it wasn't comfortable at all. But this is a resort, and it's extremely nice. Huge pools, places to walk, nice, cute little gym. Not great, but probably similar to what we have in the hotel. I'll show some video of it when I get back. But yeah, I regret not bringing her. She didn't want to go anyway, but at least she would have had some options and just a different scenery. She's back home shopping to send some stuff back to Laos and ahead of time before we go back. She always shops for like some different foods and shampoos and stuff. I don't know why, because we can get that stuff in Laos. So, and then you got to pay for shipping. Anyway, it's not a big deal. She just likes to do it. Keeps her busy. Makes her feel productive, and I don't know what she buys, but yeah, I'm going to meet the colleagues. You can see a little bit of the Chiang Mai road. My colleagues are going for a couple hours to see a coffee plantation. Normally I would have wanted to do that, but I don't want to spend 6 hours outside. I just want to leave. I just want to leave really bad, so I have no interest in doing anything extra right now. So I'm going to go see a former colleague, friend, for lunch, and then come back and relax at the hotel. But the trip is good. A little bit of scenery here. So here I am in Chiang Mai at the resort. I'm just going to give a little tour of my room. It is much nicer than I expected. Here's the walking right into the room. Here's the preparation room where you get ready, have some tea. There's a hot water heater. This is a much better improvement from the last year's. I don't know what this is costing, and I have no idea what they're spending for the rooms. I did not expect this, but nice sized bathroom. separator with a for the shower and the toilet. Here's a door for the toilet. We've got a safe over here. I want to take a video before I destroy the room. I already realized. Here's a little side table. Nice room. The bed is comfortable. The pillow. One thing with these kind of pillows, they're very thick and hard, so it's not easy to get. The TV came on automatically. I don't watch the TV. This is some hotel video. But here we have waste bin, refrigerator with nothing in it. I think I got 2 free water bottles over here. Yeah, there they are. I'm drinking one. And look at that. This is right there. 2 walls are windows. Looking out at the pool. I'm gonna go a quick walk around. I wanna walk around before my staff come out, or they come back from the retreat, or not the retreat, but the little getaway. I just came back from having a dinner or lunch with a friend, old colleague. Yeah, but this is the bedroom. Strange design. They like flowers and mermaids, I suppose. But I wish I would have brought a pillow now, because these pillows are going to be too thick. But yeah, that's the room. Nice place. So this is just stepping right outside my room. Why is it doing that? Nice decoration, very clean. Got some, almost look kind of West African in a way. Very green, beautiful greenery. There's a big pool. I didn't have to bring my swimming suit. This would have been a great time to swim. And I didn't bring my sunglasses either. I wanted to quick get video before other staff. Well, they might not be back for a couple hours. I need to find out. Nice, beautiful landscaping. I wonder how they keep the grass so green. They've got to be watering it, because it's very hard to keep grass green here. It's kind of like that crabgrass from where I grew up. It's not beautiful, but this is much nicer than the hotel we stayed in before. Got a swimming pool for kids. Coming up here on the main entry, the reception. Beautiful entryway into the reception here. Oh, look at the kitty. Nice decoration. Yeah. Calico kitty. Calico kitty. Yeah, kitty. You're a pretty girl. You're a pretty girl. Nice decoration here. I love the woodwork. And they got popcorn here I might have to try a little bit of that. Got some knickknacks to knick-knack, tallywhack, give a dog a bone. Not sure what the penguin has to do with anything. Here's some drink here for when you come in. This is the entrance circle for drop-offs. This is where we were dropped off. The property is pretty big. And here's we're at the horizon. It's called the Horizon Village. Very nicely done. I'm not gonna keep the video on the entire time. I'm just gonna take small clips, except just to show some of the prettier parts of the property. It says the Lang Tok Mai restaurant. A lot of nice places just to walk around. I think my wife would have liked this. We didn't bring her because she wanted to stay home. And she's happy to stay there. She might end up being bored here anyway. But yeah, get a little. I love this. I love this with the shaded walkways and the natural. I don't know, natural wall. The natural. I really love this. That must be live though. That has to be live. A natural barrier and shading. Very pretty, very well done. Bravo. And just a little bit over this way, we've got a green pond. It almost looks like a mint. It's like a mint green, dark mint green. Looks like matcha pond. I wonder if that's intentional or is that natural. So with the fountain, this is probably very nice to hang out in the evening. Right now the sun is scorching, but this hotel is very well done. I really love the natural, surrounded by natural beauty. They've really kept it well, and I love the tree work. A lot of cars here, although I have not really seen anybody, unless people are out and about. But had a nice lunch today with a friend. It was at an organic restaurant. It was called the Ojaku. It was all organic. I should have took a picture. I had almond crusted fish with what's the Japanese sauce, and like a Japanese sauce on a salad. It's very nice. I think it was very worth it. It wasn't a strong flavor as I'm used to with Thai food, so I definitely had more Japanese influence flavors, because Japanese food doesn't tend to have very strong flavors. They're very mild. Miso soup, yeah. So it was almond crusted fish and with a miso soup. So it was a little more carbs than I normally would eat. But I should have took a picture. It was very nice. I would definitely return to try something different. But yeah, I'll probably just take video of the gym just to get a look, and that's it for here. I'm coming up to the building that holds the gym. I won't use it. I might just come out for walks early in the morning, but I'm not going to come over here and do anything. I'd rather just work out maybe a little bit in my room, stretch. I brought a band, but yeah, all the machines are very old. The benches are very nice. They're nice, old style. I'm impressed with the weights, because the weights look relatively new. Probably not used as much. The flooring here is extremely old. And this carpeting, but all these machines they've got to be 30 years old. Even these treadmills got to be 30 years old. 20 at least. But yeah, it's not bad. I could, I don't want to come here when there's going to be 60 people here for a workshop. I don't want to work out with people that they probably don't work out. I just don't want to be in public about it, because they already associate me with working out, and they're going to comment, and I just don't care for the attention. This tree over here is very nice. Look at that tree. That's a, I wonder if that's a baobab tree. Very thick, thick trunk. Girth, a lot of girth. It's got a very shiny texture to it. Very smooth. Yeah, very well done. What is that? That's a kind of an odd thing to be coming out of this stone. It's mobile. I almost thought maybe it was a lizard. It's kind of funny looking. Some type of pole, totem pole, or I don't know what they call them here. Got some geeses flying away. That's it for me. It is scorching out. Yeah, I think that's all the video I'll take while I'm here. I don't want to take any other before the people come back. Compassion is here. I wonder why they're here. Here we are coming up on the outside of my room. So I'm right here in the corner. See how beautiful that is? Very nice. Right there's my room. I won't be in it much. Entrance to the room.